All right, good morning. David Parrish here again with another episode of Who Runs the City. Here with Seth Caison. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
We're going to learn a little bit about the impact he has, the influence that he has in this community as we've had with others. Just learn a little bit about what he does to help run the city. So Seth, thanks for joining me here.
Yes, sir.
We're here right behind us. It looks like a construction site, but this really is the final leg of the Downtown Greenway, phase 4, and you run this route. So tell me a little bit about this route for you and what it means for you.
So I went to school here at Greensboro College, and I've been running this route. You know, there used to be all trees right in here, and they've gotten all that tore down, so they're getting that final leg finished up for us.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
So Seth, you're with Duke Energy.
That's right.
Tell us your title and kind of what you do at Duke Energy real quick.
So I'm an operations supervisor at the Greensboro Ops Center. Day to day, you know, we handle everything from new construction to maintenance to outages. You know, when a thunderstorm or a hurricane rolls in, we're the guys that get it all back on.
You're a busy guy.
Yep, can be.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about that, kind of what his daily work life kind of looks like, work-life balance. Let's talk a little bit about running before we take off. We're going to run the Downtown Greenway here. See, you got some Hokas on. Let's talk about some gear. What do you normally run in? What do you kind of have for your runs?
Yeah, so I started off with the Clifton 9s, and then I bounced to some Brooks, and then found that the Clifton 9s were where I wanted to be.
You like the Hokas?
Yep. So my brother's the one that talked me into these first, and I tried to get away from them, but came back.
Can you admit to him that you listened to him?
Yes, I did. I did admit to him, yeah. So I told him I was wrong.
So how long you been running?
So I'm actually new to long distance running. I played baseball at Greensboro College, so I've always ran, but not quite, 8, 9, 10 miles. So just recently started that. My brother talked me into running, and going to run a half marathon with him in Charlotte here in the next couple weeks.
Nice.
Yep.
Any cool runs, any particular runs that's kind of stood out? Any races, even 5Ks?
So no, honestly, this will be my first race. Will be a half marathon. Yep.
In Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
All right. Well, we're going to record another one and see how fast you went, how well you did. See if you beat your brother.
That's not good. I already can tell you.
Oh man! All right. All right. Well, we'll get our watches going.
All right.
We're going to head off down here, and we'll start the run.
All right.
Let's go, man.
Sounds good.
Let's go. All right, so Seth, thanks for running with me this morning. So tell me just a little bit about who you are, what background, and kind of a little bit where you grew up.
So I grew up in Alamance County. We always came to Greensboro growing up to go out to eat and all that. And then it came time to go to college, and I wanted to play baseball and ended up at Greensboro College. My wife went to UNCG. She was on the dance team. So we ended up meeting here, and we actually left here and went to Charlotte. Worked there for about 5 or 6 years, and then just missed Greensboro and moved back.
Nice.
Decided that's where we wanted to raise our family.
So you got a family?
Yep, got 2 little kids. I've got a 14-month-old and a 3.5-year-old.
Wow, you were right in the fun stage, man.
Yep.
Write everything down because you'll forget. It goes so fast.
I know.
So you got a young family.
Yep.
And you have a pretty big role with a pretty big company.
Yeah.
Describe for me your work. Kind of what's a typical day for you with your current role?
So day to day is just, we've got the routine and maintenance, new construction. So I'm at Duke Energy Ops Supervisor, and new construction outages, just the daily stuff. And then, but here recently we had that hurricane roll in. And so when something like that rolls in, it's all hands on deck.
Yeah.
We were actually gone for 3 weeks.
So you were gone from your young family for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife is rock solid.
Nice.
That's all I got to say. Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're a blessed man. You told me a little bit. You're not the only one in your family that works in this line of work, right?
So my dad has been with the company for 34 years now. He started off as a lineman. He is now a contractor manager. So he helps run our contract partners. And then my brother is a lineman in Durham. He's actually a senior lineman, so he's a crew lead. And he's been with the company about 10 years, and I've been with it about 12.
Wow. For someone working on the line, what kind of training? How long does it take to really get to that point where you can say, and Duke looks at you and says, all right, you can go now work on this crew? What does that look like?
So Duke has a great training program. They bring you in for 9 weeks when I started, and they put you through basically their lineman school for 9 weeks. And then it's just a progression. You taking steps up to eventually working on the lines on the top, that primary voltage. So it takes anywhere from 5 to 7 years to get to that point.
That's dangerous work.
Before they fully turn you loose.
It's dangerous work.
It can be, yeah. But there's a lot of safety rules that go into it, so if you follow all the safety rules, it eliminates a lot of that, but it still can be,
So you worked on the line?
Yep.
Is that where you?
I started as a lineman and progressed up into the supervision role.
And you mentioned your brother that also runs. You're running a race with your brother.
That's right.
Did he got you into it?
Yeah, so he got me into it. So my brother, he ran some cross country in high school, and he actually had a traumatic brain injury, had a TBI. And in his rehab, they did a lot of running with him to help him get, his form and stuff back right. And once he got right, he just started running again, And I think it was a good thing for him physically and mentally, because you get out on that long run and you get in your head, So I think that was good for him. And he did a marathon last year in Wilmington in February. And then he talked me into doing one with him now. So
you're getting ready for that now?
Yep, getting ready for that now.
So you've been with Duke for 12 years?
Yep.
Your brother's been there for?
About 10.
About 10. Your dad's 34?
Yep.
Have y'all ever worked together? Did you ever cross paths?
So the storms, we always cross paths on the storms. So I went to Western North Carolina, and I was up in Hickory and Lenoir. And then my dad and brother in South Carolina, and then we all ended up meeting in Florida.
So y'all were in the same spot?
Yeah, we were
with this recent storm.
Yeah, we started off far apart, and then once we got to Florida, we ended up being about 5-10 miles apart.
Maybe let's talk about storms, because we all take for granted, the power,
right,
the water, the roads. This is kind of talking about who builds the city, who runs the city, but the energy we take for granted at times until there's a storm.
Yeah.
What does it look like for you if you know a storm's coming? You can see it coming. Either a winter storm or a tornado or a hurricane.
Right.
What does that start to look like for you personally and professionally? You got to start getting your family ready for you too, right?
That's right. So first thing is you get your house in order. I kind of go ahead and prep everything there and let her know, like, hey, there's a good chance we might lose power. But as far as planning wise, as a company, we see that coming. We start getting everything prepped out. We start pulling in outside resources if we think it's going to be that bad. And we just start getting prepared. And basically that day, but we have our own meteorologist at Duke. So we're ready the day of, just kind of sitting there waiting for outages to start popping in, and we'll start running them.
Wow. That's a pretty intense, those moments can be pretty intense,
yeah,
I'm sure.
you get tensed up, you get ready, and then when it finally hits, everybody knows their role. We've unfortunately and fortunately here in Greensboro, it seems like the storms follow that 40-85 trail, and we end up getting the brunt of stuff. But we have a good team here in Greensboro, and everybody knows their role in their lane, and we're pretty well versed in getting power back on.
Cool. All right. So cool, man. You stop that. So I got us about a 9:30, 9:15.
Yeah.
Depending on whose watch we're looking at. Great run around the Downtown Greenway. Saw the Martin Luther King statue, Murrow Boulevard, kind of came down Fisher.
Yep.
We're ending here with a great scene of downtown and Greensboro College. Again, remind everybody why here for you.
This is where I started. Grew up not too far down the road in Alamance County, came to school here in Greensboro, and kind of where I found my love for Greensboro and what made us want to come back and start a family.
Nice. Well, you played here at Greensboro. There's a football game going on. You played baseball.
I played baseball,
It's a great fall day. You can see a beautiful scene of downtown. I'd encourage you to come run the Greenway, go run around your neighborhood, go enjoy the city, kind of learn new parts, new sections. That's kind of what you started doing, just kind of checking it out. Seth, thank you
Absolutely.
for what you do to help keep
sir.
us literally going.
Yeah.
With the lines clear, with the lines installed, construction, all of the construction to storm debris.
That's
we
right.
appreciate everything you and your staff do.
Absolutely.
And your brother and your dad.
Yeah, got the whole 4085 corridor.
Quite the family legacy. Appreciate it. So thanks again for watching Who Runs the City. Next time we'll check out who might run the city. Thanks. Take care. Awesome. Thanks, man. That was fun.
That was fun.